It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show.
Hi there, I'm Liam. No ailments for me. Actually, no, my shoulders feels a bit dicky, but nothing to sort of call home about. And yeah, no business for me, Ben.
Hello there, no business, no ailments, although my fingernails are due for a cut, getting a little longer than
Let's
I
have
like
a look
them.
there. That's still pretty short, man.
Nah, that's longed me.
Can I jump in?
I have a genuine fear of, not fear, but I hate the feeling of a nail bending back. That kind of sends shivers up my spine, so I like to keep my nails quite short.
It's been noted before in the pod, but you are a big fan of, especially when there's a caller on the show, having a real hoon on your nails.
I'll look at my nails, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a video, was it yesterday, went up and there's the caller talking and Ben's there like...
Looking at my nails. Well, what else am I supposed to do, you know?
You have a chow down every once in a while.
We all have. Ben has a bit of a bite and look at his nails. I just sort of have my mouth open, my tongue hanging out.
Do you know what your new one is? And I'm sorry for the audio listeners, but you can describe this later. It's this one on the desk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Really,
so
you elbow the desk.
Leaning away from the mic on your elbow.
All right.
And it's very pensive. I like it.
So it's almost like I'm trying to make up for in videos. Like Ben looks disinterested. I'm like
You look
trying
too
too hard to
interested.
look like, yeah, what are you really trying to like just, get what you're saying there?
One day-
I put my head down because I'm listening.
You do.
It's great for me. Anyway, sorry to interrupt the roll call.
One day we should do a montage because as a listener of the podcast and the radio show, you would never hear this, but visually, probably 4 to 5 times a show when you're talking to callers and they take too long.
Yes.
So you say, hey, you're calling up for where'd you take a shit? And then
Maybe
they'll
they
go,
Leave
have
that
got
with
it
you,
already.
Jack. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
they've
yeah.
got it already.
awesome.
Yeah.
Because they'll go, oh, hey guys. And then like if you say, hey, how you doing? It's fine. And we go, yeah, good. But with our hands, we're going like, wrap it up, like get to the point.
So maybe for the last 2 weeks, I have been doing that and have
Love
been
that.
asking everyone to say when they do it. But that's just a maybe.
Because as the radio show, like when you, because I think the show at the moment is particularly sounding slick in a sense that it's like the callers are like, we're getting lots of stories on, which we're loving. So then when you're on like caller 3 and caller 2's asks you how you're doing, and caller 3 says how you're doing, it just slows it down a little bit. We do wrap them
How
up.
about, Ben, let's give an example. So you're the host, I'm the caller.
Gotcha. What's your name?
Hannah,
Hannah. Where are you from, Hannah?
Sydney.
And what are you calling for?
I did just talking about the best shit I've taken.
Okay. Hannah in Sydney. Tell us about the best shit you've ever taken.
Oh, hey guys. How are you?
Yeah, doing pretty good, Hannah. You took a big shit. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So it was last week. It was
And
really
we can
great.
start. We can start from there.
And sometimes they go like, oh, it's not that much. These are not that ridiculous, but I'll tell you anyway. You wouldn't believe it, but last
So
week...
it didn't happen to me. It happened to my sister.
To my friend.
There's it. The other thing you might be able to hear in the podcast, but normally when we're doing their hand wind-up gesture, which is just spinning the finger
Speed
around,
it
being
up.
like,
It's
let's go. They'll be like, hi guys, how are you? And like normally Ben will be like, good. Like it's a very short.
You guys, good.
Good. It's short. It's like, yep, we're good.
It's a fine line because we genuinely don't want to come across as mean because we appreciate you have called up. But I also want the show to sound good and you're slowing it down.
Sometimes you can hear a breathe in. Sometimes you can hear a... Anyway, sorry, roll call.
Yes.
Yeah. Geez, I need to wind myself up. Did I say Bell?
No.
Bell.
Hello, present. No business, but reserve the right, please. No tidbits. Ailment-wise, I did something to my finger today at pole and it's a little bit swollen, but that's okay.
I wonder what you did with it.
I leant on it a bit
Must be a
weird.
new routine. That's it. Yeah, okay.
I think I do there.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know what you get up to.
I also just thought of some business. As always, I eternally reserve the right, so I'll get to that once we've done the roll call.
Of course, Andy.
He was here.
Notable absent.
So
Tina.
not here yet.
Not here
Hello.
yet. Nothing to flag. No. Scud.
I'm his proxy.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
He's a busy
He is
man.
busy beaver.
Yeah.
And Jack.
Present, I feel all right, and I'll reserve it. Tidbit, how good was last night?
That was my business, yeah. I just wanted to say, best stream so far, and they're all fun, genuinely enjoy all of them, but playing Band Hero with most of the team, great fun. Like, genuinely just the whole time, it was
Very
funny.
fun.
My favourite animal is Belle on the mic in Band Hero. Also, when Belle's absolutely cooking up on drums.
Yeah.
Like, to her, like, The concentration face is wild.
I think
Bell's got a drumming background.
yes, she does.
Really?
The drums were good. Yeah.
You nailed the drums.
I think the
drums were good.
best.
But the singing was quite hard.
It was so fun.
The best format I reckon would be Bell drums, Andy singing, and then if you put me and Scudder on guitar and bass, and then Jack, you to be honest, you could do them all. So
Master of none, but I could do all of them.
Yeah, a bit of jack of all instruments on that one. You could have actually played any of them pretty well. I reckon you would definitely be second best on the drums. In fact, you're probably the best on the drums.
I feel
You're
like
probably better
Jack,
than Bell.
because Jack sets the live stream up as well. It's almost like he's like this cool guitar tech or something. He's like setting it up. He's like, he's actually really good at the drums and
Sleeper
testing
with
on
the skills.
Andy took the singing very seriously.
He was great at it.
I saw the highlights on the Instagram and it was funny.
That was,
I-
I would say there was more highlights though.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not gonna. There was so many that we couldn't put all of them up there. You can still watch it.
We are going to do Band Hero again next week. There was a lot of requests, Liam, for you to stay to do singing. So if you're
I'll
free,
sing next time.
A
that'd
lot
be
of
great.
where's
I'll do
Lexi
it.
Saber,
I'll do
a
a
lot
couple
of
numbers for you.
Yeah, and the other update with it is, as of today, let's all touch wood and cross our fingers that it arrives in time, but I've bought the additional guitar.
Oh my gosh.
And I've got World Tour, which is the one with all the good songs on it.
Yeah,
So
that's what we grew up on.
if that arrives by next Tuesday, I bought it on eBay, we'll be able to have a guitar player, a bassist, a singer, and drums.
You could do a bit of like status quo with the three guitars, like, oh, here
Whatever
we
you
go,
want.
here we go, here we go. You know, when everyone like ducks at the same time.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
The song list on that one last night
Rockin'
was.
all over the
Yeah,
world.
Yeah.
World Tour has a better song list. Also, Scudder has some
Can I look at that?
stuff that he's sourced from back in his Renmark home as well, I
Yes.
think.
I was doing some
World Tour
reading
style.
because I was obviously looking at buying a new one. I was doing some reading, and so I think Band Hero got a bad rap when it first came out because it only had 60 songs compared to most Guitar Hero games, which had 80 plus. So when we get World Tour, it's going to have way more better quality songs.
Yeah, and it's actually where I got when Scudder and I were working on some of the colourful like imaging for the new show. It's how I remembered one of the songs to pitch for one of the intros, and it was Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne,
Dude,
that we used for one of them. That's
sort of-
on
I was
World
just
Tour.
like scrolling through and I was like, Crazy Train would be the one I would go to.
Are you looking at
Yeah.
World Tour?
Yeah, I'm just looking at what's in my wheelhouse, and I'd like.
You would
to
have
do
heard that
Crazy
if you
Train.
listened to the show live.
the rails on a crazy train.
Yeah, it'll be good fun. It'll be, I reckon, the next one, if we get the extra guitar and Liam hangs around.
Everlong as well is one of my favourites on that.
Oh. Can I do Corn?
Yes.
You
What
can do
song?
whatever,
Freak on a
man.
Leash?
Freak on a Leash.
I also shout out to you, Jack. I think that was the best one for like setup. Like it had amazing cameras. It'll be tricky to try and get the fourth person in if we get the extra guitar. But
That will be
there's some
tricky because we are limited to 4 outputs, so I'm
Yeah.
going to have to
But
somehow crop 2.
Yeah.
And maybe be more strict on where we
where
stand.
we stand, put X's
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah.
And also like that was probably the most active the chat has ever been in the stream. So and they were like funny. People were saying like funny things.
I loved going to the chat after we'd finished a song to see what people had been saying.
Yeah. So
There's
hilarious.
so many songs on it. They've got like Tool and stuff.
Like,
So Tuesday, doing it again. Make sure you're there. Everyone agreed it was the best one, so we're going to do it all over again,
I,
even better.
I can't remember who commented it, but the one that stuck with me was someone who said after a track, the Black Magistrate slaying it on the battle axe.
Question is Wednesquay. Alpha squatters have their say. What will Tina eat today? Did Liam slay? Is Jack okay? And what game will Ben play? These quays are up. Post them online on Wednesquay. These quays are up. Post them online on Wednesquay.
Just a bit of an update. Andy's still not here.
He was on the blower the last time I just saw him. I think he is on the phone.
Something nefarious. So I guess,
Usually.
Belle, this is your segment, so I guess you can take it away.
Apparently, and then he took it, and then who knows? And why are you pointing out that Andy's not here then?
Grandpa in the purple.
Was that you, Liam, that showed me a photo recently of him?
It hasn't gone well for Apparently Kid.
Just yeah.
Apparently Kid has.
Yeah, a lot.
And
Just-
apparently he's not lived a very clean life.
Was he already a bit chubby?
Yeah, but he just doesn't.
He's just a kid,
he
though.
He don't look well.
Yeah, but
he
if
had,
you're
like,
a chubby kid, it might just be a inherited thing.
Yeah,
genetic
it could
thing.
be, but, it doesn't look like he's made good decisions.
He looks
Yeah.
a bit like he's smoked
Yeah.
too
Hope
many
he's
bongs.
doing right. Yeah,
Oh,
ripped too many
Imagine if
cones.
he
Yeah.
listened to this podcast.
I'd
that would be
devastated.
cool. Oh,
Well, I just said he looks like he could do it. You know what I mean?
Get me
Yeah,
on
but
those
I'd
comments.
also, I would love to then have him on the show. That'd be great.
After what we just said about him?
Well, he would know.
And do we have to
I reckon
rip
if we
cones with him
gave,
before?
if we promised him some pizza, he would come on.
Yeah.
Remember how he loved pizza?
All right, let's get to it. Let's try and get through as many of these as we can.
Yeah. Okay, so firstly, I'll just be handing out a strike to Tina, who jumped
Yeah.
on the thread today and answered a question.
Not allowed.
It's not really the right platform for that.
I just thought it was a quick yes or no, and I just,
What was the
A
question?
lot of them are.
What was the question?
Was Tina disappointed with her choice of Brownlow?
no.
Yeah.
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 He spelled my name wrong, so strike to Hayden.
Okay.
Who
Yeah.
did correct himself.
Did he
after.
do it with an eye like Tina?
Yeah.
All right, well, starting off first, Quay from Peter. How are the ratings, seeing as they just came out yesterday? I saw it, but couldn't make any sense of it.
Yeah, I imagine if you were someone who doesn't work in radio, the ratings would be super hard to read because they are. Like,
Also, why, like, if I didn't work in radio, in no world would I look at the ratings because I'd be like,
yeah,
"What's
I mean,
the
yeah,
numbers?"
if you like the show and you're curious.
Plus,
so,
it's in the news a bit.
Yeah, definitely. So the quick update for our show specifically is we're not number one, but we are genuinely very close, which
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah, and highest cum, guys, so it's always good
Yeah.
to have good cumulative
And-
share. I mean, who's really worried about the all 10
I
plus?
just want to explain. So Cume
Yep.
is your total audience. So that's
Cum is people listening.
Yep.
And then your-
TSL is time spent listening. So
And then your share.
your share
them
is the
together.
equation of those together. So a lot of AM stations, in fact, most of them rate really well because they don't have as high a cume, but their TSL's through the roof because old people listen to radio for way
A
longer.
lot of talk back.
So they dominate it when it comes
If
to
you had
the equation of share.
100 people who listen for 5 minutes, it's not as good as, say, having 30 people who listen for like 4 hours.
Exactly.
Which is why it's always, at least in the industry, big news when an FM station takes over a
Yes.
AM station, like when KJ did it in Sydney or when Triple M did it in
Yep.
Adelaide.
Yep.
Like,
Or when Nova 919 with Ben and Liam did it in Adelaide.
I wasn't in
Yeah,
radio at that
man.
stage.
Did we ever
I'm
beat-
that young.
Did we
Yeah,
beat
brother.
5AA and ABC?
We had that one book where we...
You beat
we
5AA,
we
God
were
bless, my
all- remember that, Andy?
Well, yeah, I remember it so well because 5AA never lost to Nova
Yeah.
in my 7 years at 5AA until I joined Nova.
And he's back.
And
yeah.
here's
And
Jack
back.
tooting Triple M's horn.
Yep.
Sorry, I was going for current stuff.
Best days are behind us, he says.
But that's why you might see, depending if you do follow a lot of shows or stations, when they don't like be like, we're number one. They'll be like, we have the most listeners.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So if you
dude.
see those kind of posts on socials, then you know.
Yeah.
Now you know what it means.
I mean, we tried claiming some wild things. It's like
Yeah.
Ben and
Because
Liam are like number one in women in Salisbury
You know
over
what-
35.
You know what we should do? We should do a post that says, like, Ben, Liam, and Bell lost a few listeners, but more people listened for longer this time.
yeah, just really wordy.
Yeah, like really long. And like so proud of this team.
Also,
Picture of some champagne.
also, it is hard because the way they break it up in time slots, we're kind of over 2 time slots. So they break it
Yeah.
up in 4 to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
and 7 to midnight.
It's a good point, Jack. So if you were to look at the GFK ratings,
If you went on radio today and clicked on it,
you don't actually see our show specifically. You see other shows broken up, but our show doesn't exist. You have to kind of look at it differently to see it. It's confusing. Yeah.
All right, next Quay from James. Is Liam going to the UK for Oasis?
Yeah, I've actually got my tickets. Like I have actually got flights, so I'm gonna try for Wales. The first 2 shows in Cardiff fit the holidays, so I've signed up for pre-sale. I'm gonna try this Saturday at 6 p.m. to get tickets for one of those 2 shows, and then I should be able to make it back in time. And hopefully, that's when my holidays are. Also, who knows? Maybe they'll add Australian shows or something like that. So that would be, if worst case scenario, that, and then. Also, I think Glasgow would fall in our radio holidays. So, failing all those other things, I'll try for Glastonbury. But I'll try and... Oh, yeah, I'm genuinely going to try and make
that's
it work.
awesome.
All right. Segment Quay. For Ben, from Ben. Is Ben's Backyard ever coming back?
Not in the show's current format, no. Doesn't really fit. It used to fit better when you had 3 hours to fill breakfast radio. Just it was a little bit slower. Current time slot, the show's a lot quicker.
It would be like a massive handbrake.
Yeah.
I had a backyard question for Ben today. I was showing him this bat that's been sleeping at my house on my little tree. And Ben said, I don't know if you got a bat there. I think you got a flying fox there. And we were sort of looking at some photos
I
trying
think
to
it's
work out.
unconfirmed, but we're leaning towards Flying Fox.
It's cute. It's got like a possum face, but it's got the leathery, like bony, like bat wings.
For me, the thing that was like the flying fox real feature was it had more of an orange face than a bat face.
Yeah.
Also, bats don't go solo.
It's
So
so
it's
funny though.
weird.
Like I would, because it was obviously trying to sleep, and I was actually in a bit of an Oasis mood, so I was playing Oasis over the speakers, and like it would sort of like open one eye, like shut up. Like, it was like getting annoyed at me, and I'm like,
call it Noel.
yeah, Noel's actually a pretty funny name for a bat. But I must admit though, I was shocked this morning when I saw it, and it was still there when I left for work. I'll probably hose it off if it's still there when I get home.
What the hell is it doing
Well,
to you?
I don't want, you know, we
also-
don't want too many bats getting comfortable in our house now, do we?
Maybe you should send a message to the other bats in the
Don't
area and
praise
eat
it.
it.
No.
Hey, I did say I wanted to
Ozzy
do
Osbourne
crazy
style,
train,
yeah.
didn't I?
I'm not sure that's a backyard question. It just happens to be in your backyard.
No, well, it was hanging on a tree, and it's flora fauna,
Why
sorta.
would you hose it?
I know, but that's like saying,
It's
"Oh,
beautiful.
my car's in my backyard. Do you know how to fix it?" That's not a
You
backyard question.
thinking I should send more of a message, but do you think I should hit it with a rake or something?
But why wouldn't you want it?
I'm
It's
kidding.
beautiful.
I'm not going to actually. Hose
Also,
the
it's
thing.
gorgeous.
He doesn't want a gang of flying foxes.
I don't want a
hanging
gang
out.
of flying foxes, and I'll level with you. I'm kind of too scared to go out there, so
Oh my
fair.
god.
I'm not going to be hit. Well, what if it attacks me?
It is more scared of you than you are
Yeah,
scared
I know,
of me.
and that's
You
what
know
I'm
that.
and that's what I'm worried about. If
Exactly.
it does anything rash and like
If you
freaking
run out at it, then
dude,
yeah,
if,
but
you,
just
if
walk
that
out.
freaking thing bit me, I would be like, I'm dying. I'm gonna die.
Dude, I can teach you how to make a pipe gun.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You seem like more of a
It
slingshot.
was.
man.
I do believe it was scared because either it was cold or scared because I actually did open the door a little bit and was like sort of talking to it and it was like shivering. Like
there
it was like
was
looking right at me, but it was like shivering. It was
It would have
like.
been stressed and scared, and it might be like it might have lost its
Bell,
whole flow.
Bell,
But
Bell, Bell.
also, it was very windy today. It's probably
Yeah.
trying to find somewhere lower
Yeah.
with less wind. Just let it.
Context.
Bro, I'm letting it. I've let it all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pipe gun is just when you get a piece of PVC pipe, make it longer or shorter. Shorter's more compact. You can conceal it. Longer, it's more accurate. The longer the barrel, the more accurate it goes, and the
Yep.
faster. But on the end of it, you just get like a kitchen glove that you'd use to wash the dishes. Cut one of the fingers off, put it over the end of the PVC pipe, duct tape it up.
Yep.
You drop a marble in there.
Oh,
That'll
yeah,
go.
yeah,
That'll
yeah,
do some
that'll-
damage.
Oh my god!
And I do not encourage anyone to shoot an animal. That's obviously horrendous. Obviously, would never do that. Not funny. But if there's a flying fox in your backyard, you don't want a gang of them gathering.
Yeah.
Funny.
And more of a deterrent.
Oh yeah, you shoot it at its feet
Lean
to
it,
make it dance.
lean it by the
yeah,
back
yeah.
door so it
Yeah.
knows you've got it.
You got 5 seconds to get off my property. yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
What?
question.
Oh, what is it when they the buckshot?
What about it?
You know, like Chappelle has got that bit where he hit him with the salt. You pepper them mother.
I don't know. I don't
Might
know.
have to bleep that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, that's
I
right.
You know,
don't
when he's got that bit with the shotgun, so like it's got 2 shells in it. Like there's the buckshot, and
Right.
there's so normally it's like you would be shot with like salt, and it would hurt a lot, but it's not going to kill you. But it's like a warning shot of like I'm
Right.
about to shoot you with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And the second one will blow you to pieces. Sort
Right.
of thing. But yeah.
How do you know
But
which
he's
one
like
fires first?
buckshot. I don't know. You gotta look it up. I can't, for obvious reasons, do the whole Chappelle bit.
Okay. Isaiah has asked, what is everyone's favourite drink, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, of choice?
you go
Alcoholic, you just go a beer, right? I don't really care what beer. Beer's a beer. And for non-alcoholic, I just like a glass of water.
Yep.
Non-alcoholic Coke, not Coke Zero, just normal one. Alcoholic, a strawberry daiquiri.
Alcoholic, I think a Guinness. I've been thinking about Guinness a lot lately. And non-alcoholic, I love the sugar-free Lipton iced tea.
Ah,
Yeah,
goated.
Jack knows.
I'm a martini with a twist guy. If I'm going fancy,
Whoa.
non-alcoholic a Dooku, or which is a Coke lime, no sugar, or a solo lemon lime back in the day, but they kind of discontinued
Oh,
those.
they were nice.
But they now do a hard rated lemon lime, which is the alcoholic
yeah,
solo,
yeah.
which I'm excited to try.
They're not bad, those.
Yeah, no, they're not.
I
They're
like
not
it
bad
better
at
when
all.
it's like just called hard solo, but then they had to change it because too many kids were drinking it.
Well, regardless of whether they
Allegedly.
were or not, it was that you can't market it to kids because alcohol pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
Alcoholic, I love porn star martinis. They are by far the best. But non-alcoholic, I mean, I kind of laughed at Ben, but I was thinking about it. I don't drink anything.
Coffee.
Yeah, but you also
Oh,
don't drink
yeah, I
wine.
guess
Oh, yeah,
coffee.
coffee.
Yeah,
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 true.
yeah. Cool. I'll lock that in.
I like ginger beer. That like alcoholic ginger beer. It's my favorite.
yes.
Yep. And probably Red Bull.
Gives you wings.
Sugar, no sugar.
Nah,
Flavoured?
as it comes, yeah.
As it comes, yeah.
Seems like a lot of the quiz today were angled at Ben. Here's one from Pete. Has Ben's dad used his rock breaker yet?
No, he sold that a long time ago.
I don't remember what that was.
So Dad had a rock crusher that he built, which was where you put big rocks in and little rocks come out, and then you'd sell it to people who needed small rocks, like people who were looking to put paths in on farms, or maybe you were doing something that needed rocks, and then he would crush your rocks.
Did you talk about that on the show? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I mentioned the rock crusher a few times in Adelaide.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Dad had a mate, Neil, who is in demolition, so he used to knock a lot of houses down, he had a lot of rubble. And so the rubble was kind of like a waste product. So Dad was like, I can make money from the rubble that he could get for free. So he made the rock crushing machine so he could crush the rubble and then on sell that.
Yeah,
So like he was taking Neil's rubble and he was selling it.
Having a mate called
That's a good business. You can, yeah.
having a mate called Neil in Demolition sounds like people spitballing in a writer's room about like an Aussie farmer TV show. Yeah, you're right. His name's Ben, and his dad, right? He's got a friend Neil in Demolition, right? So he crushes rocks.
I find the name Neil so funny. I always think of in between this one. It's like, oh, Neil. You know, Neil's dad.
Yeah, Neil's dad. Yeah.
All right, we've got time for one more or a few.
Quick couple more.
I reckon one, because I have some business to attend to before.
You have food there, don't you?
No, I got that skit.
Oh.
That skit is still in the oven, and I
you have
don't know
food?
if it's quite right. Yeah, I do have food as well, but
That's also still in the oven.
yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Okay, cool. All right, well, Quay from Michael, how many times a week do you all get recognised in public these days?
0.
0.
Every day.
You're getting, is it getting a bit much?
Oh, too much. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
We can arrange for some security or something.
I would love that. That'd be great.
Yeah, very occasionally.
Once a week?
More so because of the TikTok thing, because I think it's your face.
Yeah.
It's less, radio is like no one actually knows what you look like unless they like follow the socials.
Didn't you have one the other day at the market or something?
Yeah, I think I told you. I said that on the pod.
Oh, was that on the
Yeah,
pod?
yeah.
But once a week?
It's definitely more now.
Yeah.
Like I was walking Toby this morning, and there was these like 3 firefighters walking past, and then he was like looking at me like he looked like a quintessential firefighter. Like he had a big burly guy with a moustache, and he was like just like looking at me, and I was like, what's going on? Like anyway. And then, like, he waited until he got, like, past me, and he was like, that's the Borat guy. So it's not like, it's like, oh, my God, Liam Stapleton can have your autograph. It's more just like, oh, that, like, they're almost trying to work it out. Like, what are
That's
you?
so funny.
What are you?
That's so funny.
All right, that's it for the quiz then. Make sure next Wednesday you get your quiz in when the thread is posted.
Yep.
We're starting to run out, so we need some more
We are not. There are 3 pages.
I heard it's a little
coming.
thin.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm hearing.
Tina, make sure you stay off the thread and you don't answer them.
And
No.
make sure you
Big no-no.
don't
I
approach
make no
Tina.
promises.
Did you do that?
She answered one,
Yeah,
sir.
they did.
Oh,
She got a strike at the
Tina,
start of
what
this,
the
don't worry.
hell?
No, you two are my segment, and the rules are still
Oh,
apply.
all right, my segment.
It was. I don't want it anymore.
Topic tennis tomorrow, God bless.
Yes, very exciting. All right, catch you then.
Bye, Mum.